More people think UK has handled coronavirus worse than Spain and Italy. Poll shows, only US is judged to have dealt with it worse.
Here's a summary of the article.
More people in this country now believe the UK has performed worse than Italy, Spain and France in the COVID-19 crisis than say it has done better than its European neighbours, according to the latest opinion poll for The Observer. The data shows that only the United States is judged by a majority of people in the UK to have fared worse. While 2 weeks ago more people thought that the UK had done better than Italy and Spain, now the reverse is the case. 2 weeks ago, when Opinium asked people whether the UK had responded better or worse than Italy, 30% said it had done better and 22% worse. There was a similar turnaround in relation to Spain, with 29% believing the UK had handled things worse and 22% better in the latest poll. Opinium also found that more people had come to the view that the UK had done worse in comparison to South Korea, Japan and Australia than 2 weeks ago. Overall, more people still approve of the way the UK has handled the crisis, though the net approval rate is at its lowest level since Opinium began polling on coronavirus in March.
This post received a score of 68,000, with an upvote ratio of 77%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
Did they know Brazil?
This is the court of public opinion, not an indication of actual success. Also, the UK and US are some of the richest and most developed in the world. Brazil is not. Plus everyone knows that Brazil is fucked up.
It's more like that US and UK news tends to get covered more intensively internationally, and especially the domestic reaction to their government, than what you said.
It also helps that the UK and US news are in English.
And it's an election year.
Also, expectations. The US is seen as a country with more advanced medical expertise, if not availability, and organizational skills. When other countries have disasters, the US was usually there quickly with needed resources. Katrina was a turning point. Help was slow and inadequate. People still see the US as having its shit together more than other countries, even if it's no longer true.
The problem with a poll during a crisis in a country about said country is that people are going to see shortcomings that they don't see in other countries. That's not to say that the UK has done a good job, it's just not a useful dataset. For example, it's not widely reported in the UK that in southern Italy the mafia has been extorting people that have been unable to buy food, something the government's inaction has allowed to happen.
I find the biggest critics of countries' governments are the natives of that country. We see a lot on Reddit because of the English language. I have no idea what Italians or Spanish people think of their own government. I was sympathizing with their countries for losing so many people, but it doesn't feel the same with the UK or USA.
We shouldn't be comparing ourselves against other countries that handled the crisis badly. We should be comparing ourselves against countries that handled the crisis well. UK, Spain, Italy have all had a rough time. Comparing them will be like splitting hairs. Hit first, heavily seeded and have an elderly population. Germany had less than a quarter of the number of fatalities compared with the UK. Just emphasizes the considerable difference between countries that dealt with the crisis in a competent and an incompetent manner.
I often read how well Germany has done, but I rarely read how the Spanish or Italian government handled their crisis and rarely read criticism. I have read how Sweden might end badly, but most of the criticisms are against English-speaking governments. I will read plenty of articles about scummy Western-speaking natives, but I'll rarely read about other countries. Do I think the UK response has been incompetent? Yes. It's been dreadful, and every day I'm dying a little inside.
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.